Night falls over the desert. A young boy runs in fear. Behind him, shadows move. Rough men whisper, a deep pit waits in darkness. But the voices grow cold.
He must never tell his dreams again.
Coins clink, chains tighten. And just like that, the dreamer disappears into slavery. But this is not the end of his story. This is the beginning of one of the greatest journeys in the Bible. A story of betrayal, suffering, faith, and forgiveness.
This is the story of Joseph.
Long ago, in the land of Canaan, lived a man named Jacob, also called Israel. Jacob had walked a long and difficult journey with God. He had made mistakes, faced struggles, and learned many lessons, but God never left him. In the end, Jacob became the father of a large family, 12 sons who would later become the 12 tribes of Israel. Among all his sons, Jacob loved one especially. His name was Joseph. Joseph was the first son born to Jacob's beloved wife Rachel, whom he loved very deeply. After Joseph was born, Rachel later gave birth to another son named Benjamin. But sadly, Rachel died while giving birth to Benjamin. And this made Jacob's heart very tender toward both Joseph and Benjamin. Because of this, Jacob treated Joseph differently. He gave Joseph a beautiful robe, a coat of many colors, a sign of special love. But this caused a big problem. Joseph's older brothers began to feel very jealous. Now Joseph was a young man, about 17 years old. He worked with his brothers, helping take care of the sheep. But Joseph was honest and often told his father when his brothers did wrong. This made them dislike him even more. Then one day, Joseph had a dream. In the dream, he saw bundles of grain in a field. His bundle stood tall, while his brothers' bundles bowed down to it. Joseph shared the dream to his brothers. His brothers became angry. "Do you think you will rule over us?" they asked. Later, Joseph had another dream. This time, the sun, moon, and 11 stars bowed down to him. Even Jacob wondered what this meant. But deep inside, Jacob kept these things in his heart. God was already shaping Joseph's destiny in ways no one could imagine. But before those dreams could come true, Joseph would have to walk through darkness. One day, Jacob sent Joseph to check on his brothers who were far away grazing sheep. When they saw him coming from a distance, wearing his bright robe, their jealousy exploded into anger. "Here comes the dreamer," they said. "Let's kill him." But the oldest brother, Reuben, stopped them. Instead, they threw Joseph into a deep pit. Joseph cried out, "Brothers, please help me." But they ignored him. Soon traders passed by on their way to Egypt. And for 20 pieces of silver, Joseph's brothers sold him as a slave. Then they took his robe, dipped it in animal blood, and showed it to their father. Jacob believed Joseph had been killed by a wild animal, and he wept for many days. Meanwhile, Joseph was carried far away to Egypt, alone, betrayed, and uncertain of the future. But one thing remained true: God was still with him. In Egypt, Joseph was sold to an officer named Potiphar, who served Pharaoh, the king of Egypt. Joseph worked faithfully in Potiphar's house. He did everything with honesty and care, and God blessed Joseph. Soon Potiphar trusted him so much that he placed Joseph in charge of his entire household. But trouble came again, this time in a different way. Potiphar's wife falsely accused Joseph of wrongdoing. Even though Joseph had done nothing wrong, he was thrown into prison. Once again, Joseph lost everything. But even in prison, God was with him. Joseph stayed faithful. He helped others and showed kindness. Soon the prison guard trusted Joseph and put him in charge of the other prisoners. One day, 2 of Pharaoh's servants were put in prison. Both had troubling dreams. Joseph explained, "Interpretations belong to God." With God's help, Joseph correctly explained their dreams. One servant was restored to his job, just as Joseph predicted. But sadly, the servant forgot about Joseph for 2 whole years. Then one night, Pharaoh himself had a disturbing dream. He saw 7 healthy cows, followed by 7 thin, starving cows that ate the healthy ones. Then he saw 7 full heads of grain, followed by 7 dry, empty heads. No one could explain the dream. Finally, the servant remembered Joseph. Joseph was brought before Pharaoh. He said humbly, "I cannot explain it, but God can." Joseph explained that Egypt would have 7 years of great abundance, followed by 7 years of terrible famine. He advised Pharaoh to store food during the good years. Pharaoh recognized God's wisdom in Joseph. And in a single moment, Joseph went from prisoner to ruler. Pharaoh said, "You shall be second only to me." Joseph was given authority over all Egypt. Years passed. The famine came, just as Joseph said. People from many lands came to Egypt for food. Among them, Joseph's own brothers. They stood before him, asking for grain. But they did not recognize him. Joseph recognized them immediately. He tested them to see if their hearts had changed. He accused them of being spies and said, "Bring your youngest brother, Benjamin." The brothers were afraid, but they returned home. Later, they came back with Benjamin. When Joseph saw Benjamin, his own younger brother, he was deeply moved. He had not seen him since he was sold into slavery. Joseph secretly wept. Then he tested them one final time to see if they would protect Benjamin. And this time, the brothers showed something they never had before. They showed love, responsibility, and repentance. Joseph could not hold back any longer. He sent his servants out of the room. And then he cried loudly, "I am Joseph, your brother!" The brothers were terrified. They thought he would punish them. But Joseph spoke gently, "Do not be afraid. You meant evil against me, but God meant it for good." Joseph explained that God had sent him ahead to save many lives during the famine. He forgave them completely. He invited his entire family to come live safely in Egypt. When Jacob heard that Joseph was alive, he could hardly believe it. But when he saw Joseph again after so many years, father and son embraced with tears of joy. Jacob lived peacefully in Egypt until his death. Before he died, he blessed his children and reminded them to trust God. Joseph lived a long life, continuing to help and lead with wisdom. And even near his death, Joseph said, "God will surely come to your aid." Joseph's life was not easy. He was betrayed by his own brothers. He was sold into slavery. He was falsely accused and thrown into prison. For many years, life seemed unfair. And today, many people feel the same way. Maybe you have been hurt by someone you trusted. Maybe your hard work has gone unnoticed. Maybe you feel stuck, forgotten, or disappointed. Sometimes life feels like a deep pit, just like Joseph's. Your struggles are not the end of your story. Your setbacks are not your final chapter. God can use your hardest moments to prepare you for something greater. You meant evil against me, but God meant it for good. Choose faith over fear. Choose forgiveness over anger. Choose hope over despair. Because when we trust God, even our darkest moments can lead to our greatest blessings. Just like Joseph, your story is still unfolding, so hold on to faith. Because sometimes what looks like a setback is actually God preparing you for a breakthrough.
If this video blessed you, please like, share, and subscribe to Bible Toons Animations.